People, what's going on? What's going on? Long time, long time. It's been a minute. People, of course, as you guys know, wealth coach, entrepreneur, investor, individual teaching you how to create wealth while living. We're going to talk today about 3 ways that you could financially put yourself in a better position so you don't financially struggle. Millions of Americans are struggling for some reason in 2023. It's gotten worse. Now, as you guys know, life is really not that difficult if you put your mind to it. But for a lot of us, we're struggling with our own selves. And this is something I'm going to focus on today. Because today we're going to talk about 3 ways that you could change yourself or your mind or your habits so you could financially put yourself in a better situation. Because there's millions of Americans still struggling in 2023 compared to 2022. And we got to ask ourselves, why is this happening? A lot of us have jobs, right? You hear presidents talk about this a lot. There's a lot of jobs that were, of course, fulfilled. A lot of people, by theory, should have savings. You would think at a grown adult age, people understand what savings is. A lot of us have, of course, goals in life. But for some strange reason, I'm still meeting 40-year-old individuals, 50-year-old individuals who still have a hard time understanding how to financially survive. And we got to really ask ourselves, at a certain point, okay, you got to really look at life differently. Because I realize that with these 3 things I'm going to talk about, these are the top 3 things that I see that really matches amongst all the people that financially struggle. One is we got to understand you got to change your mindset. A lot of you still don't have the mindset it takes to financially win. You're still doing things your way, even though it's not getting you anywhere. You still think the same way you thought about 10, 12 years ago. You still own the same things you've always owned, and some of you own nothing. When I say nothing, I'm talking asset-wise. And you got to understand where the world is now. Imagine this. We're in a world going into AI, which is already here. We also got people like myself who were buying properties, were flipping properties. And then now I'm transitioning to what we call developing properties. Shout out to my best friend. He just got his GC license, which is a very difficult test to pass. And people, you got to understand, we're talking 16 books of 400 pages. So now we're learning the world of development. We're building our first house right now. And you guys got to understand how powerful this is. A black man comes in the country, born in the country, learns the system. Now he went from flipping homes, which he's still doing, holding homes, which he's still doing, still looking for an apartment building, which is commercial. Now we're in the process of building from the ground up. People, at the end of the day, we got to look at life like this, right? It's about to be July in a couple days in 2023. The real question before I really dive into this topic today, what have you accomplished all this year? Some of you can't really say you have accomplished anything, which is kind of crazy. 6 months, half of the year is gone. What have you accomplished? People, at the end of the day, I'm going to always say this, people. Time is something you don't get back. And a lot of you are getting older, doing the same repetition, still hanging out at parties all night long, still going to the best brunches, still got the best tattoos, still got the best jewelry. But when you really find yourself and ask yourself a real question, what do you have to show for all the years of you living? Or even ask yourself this question, what have you accomplished in 2023? Some of you would pause because you can't even answer that question. Now, it's pretty crazy because you speak the language, born and raised Americans, have Social Security numbers. People, I don't know if you guys realize this by now. You got to go hard. You got to go harder than you ever gone before. We keep talking about this recession, and it's still on its way. They say by the end of this year, going into next year. Inflation is still high. Home prices have gone down a little bit, but they're still high. There's a big shortage of homes, so people are still buying homes. even though it doesn't make sense. They're buying homes at roughly 7.5 to 8% or higher interest rates, which is crazy. Jay Powell, federal chairman of the United States, just stated that he will be increasing at least 2 to 3 more times before the year end. So what that means is we're going to be at probably 8.5 to 9% interest if you buy a home. The question is, what can we do differently to not financially struggle for the year of 2023 going into 2024? One is you got to change your mindset. A lot of you are still doing the same thing that hasn't gotten you anywhere. Every end of the month, which is crazy, I hold a millionaire mindset class where I teach you guys something new every month. This month, I'm going to be opening back up into stocks. I taught about money management. I did a show on buying commercial real estate. And imagine this is every last Sunday via webinar or face-to-face where you get to learn something new. It's on my site, mentorme.com/shop, or you can just go on Mentor Me. Click the subscribe button. It's $99. Every single month, I'm teaching you guys something new every month to financially better your lives. And here's what's crazy. Some of you don't show up. Knowing that your bank accounts is not where you need to be. Knowing that you are financially not in the best position in life. Knowing that you are not in the right direction to retire. Some of you are living less than $1,000 worth of savings every single month. Some of you are working check to check. Some of you don't own nothing for all the years of you living. Some of you, the only thing that you own is a car and some jewelry and some tattoos. And you ask yourself a question, why are you not at the Millionaire Mindset class every single last Sunday of the month? Shout out to all of you who are there. People, we're talking 3 things that you need to change in order to grow financially in life to get you to the next level of life. A lot of you still don't understand the mindset is so important. Number 1, your mindset. How you look at life. What do you do with your money? Who do you hang with? All these things make a difference if you want to see financial growth in your life. A lot of you say to yourself, I want to financially win. It sounds good. But the application is what matters. What are you doing to be financially better? What are you changing to be financially better? How's your mindset? Are you reading? Are you educating yourself? Are you watching motivational videos? Are you educating yourself through YouTube and Google? People, these are free tools. It's easy to say I want to financially win. It's easy to say I don't want to struggle anymore. But it's harder to do for some of you. Because you got to realize this, right? You still don't understand the value of managing your time, which is number 2. 24 hours in a day, what have you done? Some of you, this is what you're going to say. This weekend, I hung out with my friends. I was chilling. Chilling is for people who made it in life. Chilling is for people who own ish in life. Chilling is for people who have grinded in life. Just like I feel the gym is for people who have accomplished something in life. It's a treat. But for some of you, you're at the gym all night long. Some of you are chilling every single weekend. And the reality is you don't own nothing. I'm going to be honest with you. Always remember, it's your life. It's your life. You could never say nobody didn't tell you the truth. People, the truth is a lot of you, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. And until you change your mindset, until you start managing your time better, and people, let's stop the BS with, let's stop using our kids as excuses. Oh, I got kids. A lot of people got kids. Millions of people got kids. People, manage your time better. Time management. Instead of you wasting so much time on social media, why don't you focus on something else that can grow your life? Instead of you wasting so much time gossiping about other people, talking behind people's backs, why don't you focus on watching videos that can educate your mind? Go read a financial book. Go learn who Ray Dalio is. Go learn who Robert Smith is. Go understand where technology is going, where you should put your kids for their future. I get it. For some reason in the black community, football is like the only sport that exists in their vocabulary. For some reason. I don't know if it's just me. What about soccer? What about tennis? What about golf? What about an alternative way to, of course, learning and creating wealth, coding? People, if you don't change your mindset, life is not going to change. A lot of us are still doing the same thing and it hasn't gotten us anywhere. When are you going to start changing your mindset? When are you going to start changing your approach to life? Millions of Americans are still broke today. Millions of Americans still have a lot of school debt. Millions of Americans are in car debt. Cars that they can't afford, cars that's out of style. Because they wanted to buy the car just to be in style. Now they're making these payments for the next 3 to 5 years. And by the time they finish paying the car off, it's worth nothing. Who told you to do that? That's why I always say change your social factors. You got to start hanging with people that's smarter than you. People, it's 2023. We're going in July. Half of the year has passed. What have you done? It's half of the year. It's July. What have you accomplished for the year 2023? Have anything changed? Have anything grown? Are you still making excuses? Are you still working for the same company that treats you like trash? Are you still waiting for that $3 raise? Are you still waiting for your friends to tell you, look, you know what? I'm going to try to help you out when I get a chance. People, as you can see, if you don't care about your life, nobody else will. If you think these companies you work for that's giving you a W-2 at the end of the year really care about you, just look at your W-2. Tells you a lot. It tells you a lot. And you're right, genuine artists is a conversation we're never going to stop having. Because we still got a lot of people who are not investing, who are not saving money, who have not grown in 5 to 10 years, who are very complacent and transparent. Some of you, the biggest trait you have if you want to grow, other than, of course, changing your mindset and managing your time better, you need to learn to listen. Some of you have such a big listening problem, it's crazy. You don't listen to your parents. You don't listen to people who are doing better than you. You don't listen to millionaires. You don't listen to billionaires. You don't listen to nobody. And this is why a lot of you are in the same place you were at 10 years ago. This is why you're not seeing growth. Other day, Bitcoin just went up again. Some of you don't even know what a Bitcoin is. Stock market went up when it comes to technology stocks for several weeks. Technology stocks were high as it could be. Some of you don't even have a stock portfolio. Because years ago, when I've been talking about buying stocks, you weren't listening. When I told you what brokerage company, you weren't listening. People, as you guys can see, cost of living is at an all-time high. It's not stopping. Your paycheck is at the same level. Nothing has changed. Your mindset hasn't changed. People, imagine. Pay attention to the community you're at. You got a world of people such as companies like Lennar developing apartments all day long, building from the ground up, charging you rent, high prices of rent. You got people buying up houses in your neighborhood, buying your whole neighborhood while you're going to work, getting overtime every day. And we still got a group of people, while that's happening, we're still fighting an argument in 2023. Why is it that they don't have good credit? Some people still don't have good credit. They don't know why credit is important. Imagine trying to explain that to a grown adult, why you should have good credit at 45 years old. There is grown adults still that live in the world of fairy tale. They still think as long as they have $10, $20, $30,000 cash, they're winning. They're financially free. People, have you seen mortgage prices? Have you seen car prices? Have you seen health insurance prices? Have you seen life insurance prices? Have you seen home insurance prices? How could $30,000, $40,000 sitting in a bank account put you in a stress-free environment? Other day, I'm looking at properties. You can't even get a property sometimes less than $350,000 cash. And some of you got $30,000 in your bank account, if that. We got millions of Americans living off of $1,000 in their bank account. Meaning if they lost their job for 2 weeks, they would be struggling. They would have to go run to unemployment. Imagine that. To live in this country, go to school in this country, work all your life, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, and the most you have accomplished if you bought a car. When you pass away, which we all know we're not going to be here one day, what are you leaving behind, people? Did you tried to create a will? People, a will, a document elaborating in detail, where does all your assets go and to who? Who controls it? That's where the trust comes in. You have a trustee, you have a beneficiary, you have a successor. If you own properties, if you own anything in life, do you have a trust? Do you have a will? The other day I seen a GoFundMe. I don't support those. Zero tolerance for GoFundMes. Makes no sense to me. If you speak English, you're in this country, you were born and raised, I am not going to ever support a GoFundMe. Makes no sense to me. That's just my personal perspective, and that's just something I strongly believe in. Because to me as a parent, all these years you've been living, what have you been doing? But I get it. I get it nowadays. Single parents, I get it. They promote it on social media. It's cool to be single. It's cool to be a single parent, raising 2-3 kids by yourself. You don't need no man. I don't need no woman. I don't need no us or it, whatever these binary words they want to use now. People, what are we doing? Halfway down the year, what have you accomplished? Have you changed your mindset? If you want to see financial growth, people, are you saving money? That comes with mindset. Are you investing? Are you investing into anything? Stocks, real estate, entrepreneurship, self-growth. Are you investing into anything that brings real value? Some of you, I don't know. It's like the only thing we now know for some reason is like the trucking industry. Oh, I went and got my CDL. Is that the only thing? So as long as you get your CDL license, you've made it. As long as you know how to do some hair, that's all you know. People, what are we doing? The goal of life is to make your money however you make it. But you got to start to put that money in different avenues so it can generate you money. The goal of life is to have money work for you and not you work for the money. A lot of us, we're financially struggling. Some people are struggling worse than last year, which is crazy. And people, it's not going to get any better. The economy is not getting better. It's getting more expensive due to inflation. It's still getting higher. And then what happens if we go into a recession? What is all of us going to do? Go run to unemployment? Go get an unemployment check? Go complain that the president didn't do what he needed to do? People, what you should be doing every time you get paid every 2 weeks, you should be saving money. As you reach your goals, you should have monthly goals, weekly goals. You need to start investing some of your money. Because if you don't do these type of things, you're not going to see change. And that's why I say it's important to change your mindset, how you look at money, how you look at life. Why do you wake up every day? What's your purpose of life? To struggle? Some people right now, they got to budget everything they do. Imagine people, 45 years old. Some people are 40, 45, 50, 55 years old. Can't even say they got $5,000 in their bank account. Some people can't even say they got $500 in their bank account. And you're going to teach what? Your grandkids? You're going to teach your kids about financial literacy? You're going to be the one that's going to lead that particular department? A person who don't have shit, you're going to teach your kids how to have something. Wow. Tell me how that work out. People, every last Sunday of the month, I do it from the graces of my heart to teach you guys financial literacy. Actually, July 2nd, I'm going to be teaching you guys an introduction if you never invested in the stock market. A beginner's level, introductory to the stock market, how to buy and sell stocks. How does the stock market all work? Why should you be investing long-term into the stock market? Might as well get on mentorme.com, click the subscribe button. It's only $99 every single month. I do a class teaching you something new every month. Next month, I'm going to be teaching you tax deeds. How to buy tax deed properties. You've been hearing people say, well, look, this person hasn't paid their taxes in 2-3 years. Can you really buy their property based on the taxes that they didn't pay? Yes, it's true. Yes, it's 100% true. You own the property free and clear, 100%. How do you do this? I will be showing you how to do this step by step. Shouts out to the Bill and many others that do come out to the show every Sunday, every last Sunday, of the month. For a lot of you, $99 is a lot of money, and that's the problem. If it is, you got a long way to go in life, people. There's not too many people doing what I'm doing right now when it comes to our culture, When I say culture, it don't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, I could care less. Culture as in people, as in human beings, people that want to win, people that want to grow. You can learn something every time I do a show because there's so much to learn. The reality is right now, millions of Americans have nothing to show for living all the years of life. Millions of Americans have less than $1,000 saved. Millions of Americans still don't understand the importance of credit. I'm not here to sell you credit repair. I'm not here to make it seem like I'm a credit repair guru. I'm not here for the foolishness. If you, as a grown adult, you should know that you need good credit. You cannot buy everything in this world, even if you had cash. Wealthy people use credit to grow, to continuously elevate. Wealthy people do not buy everything cash. The only difference is between a broke person and a wealthy person. The wealthy person is going to use the credit to buy something, to invest into something that's going to put money in their pocket. The broke person is going to take that credit and go buy a car, which takes money out of their pocket. That's the only difference between wealthy people and broke-minded people. We never want to invest into things that put money in our pocket, because that's why I said the number one thing we need to change for 2023, if you want to see success, you need to change your mindset. Your mindset. People, I get it. You know all the fancy brand names. I get it. You got all the fancy shoes. You know how to pay the highest car payments. Some of you got a doctor's degree in paying high car payments. When it comes to buying an expensive car, there's no doubt about it. You have an A+ in that area. When it comes to owning property, owning real estate, owning assets so you can retire, you got an F fucking minus for some reason. A lot of you need to shape up. For people, wake up. What are y'all doing? So many Americans struggling. It's crazy. And there's always somebody to blame. My baby daddy, my baby mama, oh, my parents, oh, my friends. Oh, I didn't get the right education. People, when you want to win, you're going to do what winners do. You're going to grind. It's just that simple. You're going to have a plan. You're going to change your mindset. Number two, like I spoke about, you're going to manage your time better. Stop wasting time doing nothing. Stop wasting time trying to be cool, because a lot of y'all love that. For some reason, no matter what culture, it could be black, white, Hispanic, it don't matter the goddamn culture. There's millions of people, they love to be cool. They love, it's like they have a fantasy. It's like they're a fetish of being cool. I gotta be cool. I gotta have the newest iPhone. I gotta have the newest shirt. I gotta have the newest shoes. What you gotta have is a portfolio one day. What you gotta have is a retirement plan, an exit plan to life. Because if you don't have a retirement or exit plan to life, you will struggle for a very long time. And number three, like I keep saying, people, you gotta learn to listen. When I look at the fuck ups that a lot of you guys make, and many others that DM me and call me, it's simple. You don't like to listen to people. You have a hard time listening. You like to do whatever you want to do. And then you got those people that's doing 1,000,001 things. Oh, I do this, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. Okay, why are you not successful? Why don't you master one thing and then work on the next thing? There's a lot of you that fall into that category. You're doing 1,000,001 things and none of them have put you in a position of wealth. Because you don't understand how wealthy people think. We don't waste our time on things that don't put real dollars in our pocket. I just sat down with a person Friday. I asked this person a real question. I said, what's your goals in life? The person said, I just want to make money. I said, make it a little bit more vivid for me. Let's go a little bit more in depth. What is it that you want to do with your life? You know, the person told me I never really thought about that. So this person is walking around telling people, I just want to be wealthy in life. Do you understand how broad that is? When somebody asks you, what is it that you want to be in life? Where do you see your life in 5 years? You got to be able to answer that. Here's the truth. In 5 years, I'm hoping to have at least 50 doors. In 5 years, I'm hoping to have at least 2 kids. In 5 years, I'm hoping to have great health. I'm hoping to still probably be in Broward County, probably in a bigger home, probably 2 times the square footage. You see how clear that is? I'm hoping to have mastered the art of developing homes. I should have, at least by that time, more homes. Right now, I'm learning the process, the first time ever. I'm learning my process of developing a home from ground up. See, a lot of you hear people say this, I bought land. But a lot of you haven't seen a person build from the ground up. I'm learning that right now. Step by step. How do you build a property from the ground up? A lot of you love to hear people say this. Oh, I got a whole bunch of land. But did you leave insurance? So if you died early, your family could build on that land? Does your family even know how to build? Do they even know the right GC? Imagine you leaving $1 million behind for your family, and your family don't even know how to build. Your family don't even know who's the first person to go to. You never taught your family how to build on land. This is why I say we got to change our mindset. I love when I hear people say this. I'm leaving my family land. Where? Why? How are they going to build? This is why life insurance is so important. In order for you to understand the value of life insurance, you got to change your mindset. So many of you leave life insurance plans behind if you have it, but you forgot something. You know them 2, 3 pieces or 5 pieces of land you left your nieces, nephew, or grandkids? Did you think about how much it costs to build on those lands? If you would change your mindset, you would understand this, right? Roughly, to build on a piece of land based on the square footage usually is a 0.23. It could cost you well, if it's concrete, anywhere from $140,000 to $250,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Explain to me, did you leave enough life insurance for the land that you bought for your nieces, nephews, or grandkids, or kids? Because I can't stop letting you guys get away with this. Oh, I left land for my family. Did you leave money so they could build on it? Did somebody educate them on how land works? What type of land is it? Who's going to build on that land? What is a general contractor? What is a surveyor? Who is the engineer? Y'all going to learn one day, man. People, this July 2nd, and every last Sunday of the month for $99, get on mentorme.com, click the subscribe button. It's $99. So cheap. I call it the millionaire mindset. Every single month I teach you guys something new. This month I'm going to be teaching you. Appreciate you, Diana, for sharing, and many others. I'm going to be teaching you this month the introductory intro to the stock market. If you never trade a stock, you don't know what the hell the stock market is. What the hell is a stock? How do you buy a share of stock? How do you invest in the stock market? Every last Sunday, I teach something different. Last month, I was teaching commercial real estate. How do you buy your first apartment building? I taught every angle of it on the introductory level. For a lot of you that always hear people say they're buying apartment buildings, I taught it at my last class. Next month, I'm teaching how do you buy tax deed properties. A lot of us, we love to brag. And some of the biggest braggers don't have nothing in life. They're just bragging just for the hell of it. Because a lot of us are not humble. So we just like to brag just to make ourselves feel good. The truth is, you got to ask yourself a real question. If you die tomorrow, what did you leave behind? Debt? Excuses? 20,000, 10,000 in a bank account? You think that's enough? You think that's enough to take care of your family? What would you left? $100,000 life insurance policy? People, are you thinking about your life in full? People, right now, you can't even buy a home for $400,000. And some of you are sitting only on $5,000 in your bank account or $1,000. Do you understand how embarrassing that is? You got grown adults think because they got $20,000 in their bank account, they've made it. That's embarrassing. For you to be a grown adult your whole life, all you have is $20,000. That's it. That's all you got. And you call yourself the man of the house? That shit crazy. That's just crazy. I can't tell you how many millions of men do not have more than $20,000 sitting in their bank account. If they ran into a $20,000 emergency, they got to scratch their heads. That's embarrassing as a man. It's crazy. MentorMe.com is your boy Bob for Mentor Me. You guys enjoy. People, I just tell you how it is. If you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to watch my live. It's all good. My goal is to always educate you and give you the painful truth. That's why my podcast is called The Painful Truth. Even though I'm not always on it because I live a real life. I'm very busy. So when I do these lives, I try my best to explain to you how I feel at that current moment. People, of course, July 2nd, make sure you are on my podcast. and on my live teaching you how to invest into the stock market. For a lot of you, you got to understand you can't work forever. You need to start investing into something now. By 10 years later, it's already stone and set. $1 million is waiting for you, $2 million. That's how it works. Some of you right now, you still don't get it. Still waiting on raises at work. Still getting fired from left to right. Still transitioning from job to job. The degree, you still owe money for all the degrees that you went to school for. You still got baby daddies locked up. You still got baby mamas scamming, doing all types of shit. A lot of you still don't get it. You still got social media lying to you with these 1-minute videos, acting like they done made it in life, acting like these boutiques are really making this type of money with these fake bodies. People, stop getting lied to and start educating yourself. MentorMe.com. This is your boy for Mentor Me. Peace.